Hey, Dr. Aziz here, and I want to share with you in this video about self-worth. This video is called Own Yourself and Own Your Worth. Now, self-worth is a really interesting thing that I think impacts pretty much every area of confidence and every area of your life. If you have low self-worth, as in you see yourself as not being worth very much to other people, to the world, then you're going to be extremely limited in how you express yourself, how you show up, how free you are, how alive you are, how much you contribute, how much you love, how much you give, and also how much you receive. And that's actually the best place to start. If you're looking, I mean, you might be very well aware, like, yeah, my self-worth, oof, it's bad, I don't like myself. But that is only one piece of it. And that's often a piece that we can avoid that, we cannot think about that, we can distract ourselves. But one thing that tends to go under the radar is how much you think you deserve in life. I think that's a powerful reflection of our self-worth. So how much do you deserve? And how much you feel like you deserve? Whether it's love, do I deserve for people to talk to me? Do I deserve for people to listen to my stories and listen to what's going on in my life? Do I deserve to be acknowledged for something, to be thanked for something? Do I deserve to be given something? Do I deserve to receive something for the work that I do, for the job? You know, how much money do I deserve? That's an interesting one, right? If you earn more money, there can be a sense of, I don't deserve this. I kind of want to block it out on some level. Same thing for love. That's another big one. Upper limit tolerance. I don't deserve this. So the way you start to figure out what your self-worth is when that anxiety feeling comes on about receiving things. Or, I learned this one from Dan Millman, who's an awesome author, and I was interviewing him, and he said that when you have something good happen, and you ask yourself, or you say to yourself, this can't last, this is going to be over soon, that's another sign of low self-worth, right? Because you're sort of like, hey, look, I can't experience good things. I can't experience the fruits of my labor. I can't work hard and get great things. It's all going to fall apart. So start paying attention to receiving and how much you feel like you deserve. And whenever you notice that there's some block to that, you want to address that. You want to say, okay, that's a self-worth issue, and I want to focus on that. I want to do what it takes to be able to raise my self-worth. And there's many, many, many ways to do that. And that's one thing I do with clients, probably is one of the core things that we do together, is over time help them consistently raise that to where they're in a much higher, better orbit. They spend more time. Their center of gravity is in a much higher sense of self-worth. But one tool to do that I find extremely useful is to change how you see self-worth, as based what you're evaluating your self-worth on is the best way to say it. So most of us have a couple of things that we evaluate our self-worth on, and they're usually determined by society or your family. So for most people, at least the United States, it's money. How much money do you earn or money do you have? It's also an appearance. How do you look in terms of, do you fit some sort of mold, which is usually symmetrical, fit, young, perfect, whatever the shape is for your culture and your time. So those are the big ones, money and appearance. There's other stuff too, but those are probably the core ones that people are, and then all the things that go with that, right? So you look at someone who's successful, and it's not just their money, but they have power and they have status. We kind of compare on that. And same thing if someone's attractive, but they also have people that like them and they're popular, and you're like, ugh. So those are kind of the two big things that we compare ourselves on. And here's the way to break free of that, is stop buying into that. Stop buying into that so much. Like, it doesn't mean you don't want to earn money and be successful, or you don't want to look your best or whatever, but seeing that has nothing to do with my self-worth. That's just a way of moving through the world that might bring me some more pleasure or more good things. It has nothing to do with my self-worth. Nothing. My self-worth has nothing to do with my appearance, and it has nothing to do with how much money I have or any other measure that I'm putting on it, any other transient thing that I'm adding that in. This is what determines my worth. Because otherwise, man, shit, your worth skyrockets, when you're 25, 30, and then you start to get older, and then shit, you're 50 or you're 60 and you just suck, right? All because you put your worth entirely on your looks. Same thing for your money, right? You have an up day where you're earning a lot, or an up year, yeah, I'm the best. And then if something happens, you lose your job or your company goes down or something, I'm a fucking failure, right? And that self-worth roller coaster And this could go from, day to day too, right? I got a yes, I signed someone up, or I got a yes for the job, I'm the best. Oh, they didn't like my presentation, and we're just going up and down and up and down. So here's a powerful way to break free of that, is just to decide right now that your self-worth is inherent. Your self-worth exists because you exist. You have 1 unit of self-worth, and I have 1 unit of self-worth. And the president of the most powerful country has 1 unit of self-worth. And, anyone, no matter how much money they have, no matter what they look like, they have 1 unit of worth, of self-worth. And it's immutable, it's unchanging. It's true for everyone. And the way that you really not just take that as an intellectual concept, but actually feel free and become liberated by that idea is to really start to see through. And I think it's actually my responsibility to see through all the bullshit, especially when it comes to beauty and these things that we were taught. Like, you have to never age. You have to look a certain way. And I see that as like my responsibility to keep reconditioning myself and clearing out my mind and healing my heart so I no longer buy into that for me or for anyone else. Same thing with money and worth, that link. So we have to fight to reclaim our self-worth. We have to fight those forces from society and culture that tell us that we need to be that way. Implicit, like in magazines and stuff, or explicit, someone saying you should do this or you should earn more money or whatever. And to say, no, I am going to decide. I'm going to fight for my right to be a human. And then along the way, heck, you can earn as much money as you want. I'm working out a ton right now and getting in great shape, and I want to look good too, so there's nothing wrong with those things. You just want to not link your self-worth to those things. And the more you do that, the freer you're going to become, the more you can just be yourself around anyone, no matter how powerful or beautiful they are, because, hey, they're just another human like me with 1 unit of self-worth. So, if you benefit from this video and others, definitely subscribe below. There's more good stuff coming your way, and you can keep aware of all the new ones that I have coming out as they come out. We're going to do some fun ones as well of me doing some shenanigans in the street. Check that one out if you haven't found it already. And until we speak again, may you have the courage to be who you are and to know on a deep level that you're awesome. I'll talk to you soon.